Alright folks, how's it going? Yours truly, come out for a bimble today out in the woods, meeting up with a few of the lads, a bit of an impromptu sort of day out, so stay tuned. When you film him in it, he always goes pig tongue. My mate's John Fitz. He gave me some of these, I think they're like awning elastics, aren't they, with a bead on the end. He said, why don't I give them a try for when I've got my poncho and my tarp and such like, so I'm just giving them a try. They're pretty good actually. Wonder why I never thought with them before. Probably because I'm not clever enough. Oh, Dave.
Morning, mate.
How are you?
You alright?
Yeah.
You mate. Alright, yeah, no, I'm out of the woods at the moment. Alright, I'll give you a bell later. What's you? Alright, and we'll just see what happens then. Alright. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, well, as I say, it's the first time I've been out. In all the time that, you know what I mean? And first time really I put shoes on.
Look like a minion.
Yeah, you do actually, yeah.
Banana!
So, yeah. A bit sore to be honest, that's from eBay that adapter.
Trade post. That seems to work.
Well, you can get them on eBay.
Morning. I've been given a first aid kit by Alan.
There you go.
And this is he's just doing a little talk through of a little kit that he's got. I mean, we've all got first aid kits, we've all got loads of them, but Alan's knocked me up this one.
So this is the rip away type that remains on the bag, and you rip the pouch off and off you go to wherever something misfortune has happened. So I put some red paracord on there because the zip sticks out.
Yeah, I like that.
And
could have put orange on there though.
yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Standard what we've all got, and obviously for today's situations. And same as Eddie's, plasters and 3M tape there, steri wipes, different types of bandages and dressings, wound wash. There's a small burns gel there, hand sanitizer for after or whatever, or even during. Bio waste bag, really important. Any soil dressings, blood soaked stuff, anything that have to be legally destroyed properly, so you can take that to a doctor's and say, that, can you put that in your bin?
So I wouldn't put it in my council bin then?
No, not legally anyway.
No, not legally, yeah.
So then there's a mask for the present situation, and just some more bandages and different size dressings. Gloves, obviously, keep your hands clean. And as your daughter would know, the first thing that disappears is your tough cut, so I'll put that on a lanyard there, so if you want to keep it with you.
Oh, wicked.
So that's for cutting big stuff, jackets, clothes, and that can use that for cutting the dresses, or vice versa, whatever you want. This won't go through anything thick though.
Yeah.
This is mainly for cutting the tape, the bandages and things like that.
Yeah.
But tough cuts will go through clothing. So yeah, just
they go through Bergen material, they go through anything.
Yeah,
mate.
yeah, very good.
So you try it, get your...
I'll tell you what, mate, just for the tough cut scissors, sorry, and you are an ambulance technician, mate, you are the dude. Yeah? I actually complimented you on your knowledge on the way here, totally separate from what's being filmed, mate. Just because some people may not know about tough cuts.
Yeah, right,
mate,
okay.
And they were got to have, mate, in a first aid kit.
So they used to be called paramedic shears, but they just call them tough cuts now, wherever service you call them. But the idea is that you find a seam on the clothing, follow next to the seam, and expose and assess the injury, the wound, fracture, whatever.
And they're not hell of an expensive either.
No, no. I mean, you can buy for $2.95 up to about 14.
Yeah, but you know that's here out in Ulu when you're not going to have the ambulance turn up in like 8 minutes. They are pretty, essential on the old Bushcraft sort of kit. So
because I bought my daughter a pair of the Raptors, the Leatherman Raptors, and I think a lot of the paramedics seem to have, like her boyfriend. Have you got a set of Raptors as well?
Oh, well, I use the Leatherman Surge. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. She's got a Raptor, like they've all got the Raptors. You know what I mean? For instead of them.
Yeah.
But
you kitted out.
They're very good.
All the lads we wanted them, mate. It's much appreciated.
Oh, little group,
Mine's in my car.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, we do a bit of Mickey taking here, so don't we? But that's just some serious shit, mate.
Oh, bro, you needn't have done that. There's only one.
Dibble, sir, dibble.
No,
Anyone?
it's got to be done, isn't it? Yeah, I'll put some, there's some char cloth, some wax there, some other bits and pieces. Oh, cheers.
Oh, brilliant, thank you.
Could have filled it up.
So you've got a safety point there as well, so you're not going to create another wound, so that will run against whatever you're cutting as well. And then just don't put your fingers in there. But yeah,
not
so
intentionally, anyway.
not intentionally. So you got some dressings, 1 to 4 on the ambulance dressings. Try bandage. But obviously in these times, keeping yourself clean afterwards is the important bit.
Fantastic.
And that's a casualty strap.
All right.
You've seen these before,
I've
haven't
got
you?
one of them.
Yeah. So they double up as a sling, or you can secure a leg to another leg for a leg fracture. Police use these for restraining ankles, don't they?
They do, yeah.
The dark blue ones. Very good straps. But yeah, so there's your kit anyway. So
Fantastic.
it's a pleasure. Everybody in the little group has got one now. So
Because I'll just say this, mate. And compliment the RAF here. It's going to take a moment. No, you do know your stuff, mate. And,
Well.
you know what I mean? It's another skill you bring into the group, mate.
Yeah,
you
definitely.
bang on it, sir. You bang on it.
Well, you volunteer, you do it, don't you?
Yeah.
yeah. My contribution, because I can't make knives and I can't make
No,
blades.
no, mate. Everyone's got a
That's the
skill.
important one, mate.
I'm still trying to find mine, but like it's still
One day, Des.
one day. Yeah. No, it's brilliant.
So, I thought you'd appreciate that, because I reminded your daughter then, wouldn't it?
Yeah, brilliant.
There you go, mate. So,
Superb.
there you go. That molly on sort of roughly where the water bottle is as well, if you wanted to keep it on the outside.
Yeah.
Side patches, and the Matilda ones, the escape and evasion patches they call it, are getting a bit like rare.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. So I just suggested, I've got 2 of these. I did have them off somebody who does know, a proper collector. And they're sterile, but there's, they were kind of an issue to SBS. And you know, a pouch is a pouch there and that. But it's got very reminiscent of the Alice pack.
You know, it reminds me of a little bit. Do you remember the 44? Was it the 44 gear that came out that was like
72 pattern.
72? That's it. It was like a waterproof looking material, wasn't it? Yeah.
And they had the vest, and
that's it.
And that's still used by the regiment today in like the last conflicts and so forth.
Really?
Mate. Yeah, they're just falling apart.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, they've been used that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's got a molly system on it, but the material, no, it's all very reminiscent of the old Alice system.
Yeah.
But again, I can only find one of them because the missus has moved some kit about. But just so you could, have a look, mate, as opposed to doing on that. So just
What's
let
that?
your eyes be
Do you
your
want a
guide.
dibble then or something?
Oh, well, we'll do something, sir, but, as you know, I fell back asleep this morning, so I probably could have found wherever she's put it, but there is 2. But there's smaller ones there, and 2 smaller ones, mate, and they are about the same size as, if you remember the American Alice webbing system.
Yeah.
And I know they used to have a square, it's about that big and about that wide, with the, I've got one at home really, they used to have the plastic container to go in, and that's where they used to keep all their first aid kit.
Oh, okay.
And, as a first aid kit that's issued to a soldier, that was one of the better ones, mate.
right.
Iodine tablets in it and all that type of stuff,
okay.
yeah. So there's some smaller ones there. Just let your eyes be your guides. I'm not, I've got loads
brilliant.
of patches sat at home, mate.
Oh, nice one.
But yeah, no, if you want the other one, mate, I'll get it to you and we can have a dibble. Well,
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely.
No, mate,
Oh, nice one.
it's just a bit different, sir. You won't find too many of them, and I have it on good authority that they were issued as sterile. It hasn't got a label in it or nothing, mate, as far as
but
I
they
know.
were issued to the special boat squadron.
But yeah, just thought you'd go with your Bergen, and say, the Matilda pouches are good, mate, yeah, but they're hard to get hold of, and they're about 20, so you're talking about, so even it's 50 quid for 2 pouches,
for
mate,
just 2
and that's the
pouches.
cheapest you'll ever get them.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
obviously, we'll have a dibble on it.
And let it calm down. And on a certain time, I'll just
Brilliant.
stop.
So I'm still trying to organise my Matilda pack, and as you saw, that Eddie gave me this kindly gave me this one of these SBS pouches with the Moller system on the back. So I'm going to try it out. At the moment, I've got these little pouches on now. But what I want to do is, I think it would be ideal to put a water bottle and stuff like that in. So I'll have a little bit of a play around, because at the moment I've got one of my water bottles in here. I've got that one in there, so quickly to see whether or not that actually fits in there. It won't fit in with the pouch, but maybe it might fit in without it. Let's have a quick gander. that bottle obviously seems to fit in there okay. What I didn't like was actually just the initial bit of getting it through the rim. But it does fit in there quite nicely. So maybe I can have a look at putting that on the outside rather than using the pouch that came with the titanium one. And that can go in there as well.
But that's the only thing they do well, is that super light material. Oh, it's not even that. If you could, even if they do customer service, you won't mind so much, would you? But they put it in their industry standards.
Yeah, so there it is on the side there. But it certainly fits on there snug, alright, Mac, doesn't it? I said it fits on there quite snug, nice, really.
Yeah. That's up yourself, mate. Like I say, I've got the other one somewhere.
Yeah.
What
Yeah. No worries. Yeah, certainly it'll appeal to my OCDs in.
No, fair enough then, mate, yeah.
Oh yeah, so that's one option I've got. I can use it to keep the I can use it to put the leave the water bottle in there.
But that's really what it's intended to do, though.
Yeah, I like Kapilkas, but because I use one indoors or in my shed, because I had an habit of my family buying me nice cups, ceramic cups, and I take them in the shed and I end up dropping them. So I had the small Kapilka, I got the bigger one, and I find that they don't keep the brews very hot. You know what I mean? You have to kind of drink them quite quick, I think, if you like a hot brew. You know what I mean? They're all right, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't find them very. Don't keep your brews that hot. A bit curving that, isn't it? I think it made it worse actually. Mine to here. It's not too bad, it's at the end. Actually, I wonder if I can lose that end. I'm only making a short, that lateral spear.
There's of the catty is over there, as you can see through the smoke screen. we're trying to bring in the old air. And obviously got the black eyes. Sat there in his face, bacon, sir, bacon.
Bacon with egg.
Oh, very nice, sir, very nice. But it is unusual for me to catch up in the TV.
Yeah. It's almost every video, isn't it?
It's in for a little while, mate. So yeah, just to get busy, so we need to I haven't had time to solar the tube yet, but no, just sorry, I just covered it. I brought me over. Oh, right, mate. If not.
Yeah, it's all done.
I'm having some of that.
It was a new fight then for a bit of bacon.
I do, isn't it? Every time I turn around, Eddie's actually like...
Man fight stall for bacon.
But this isn't the pushing away, but go on. Let's have food from where we live here. All these stop. Stop doing
Spring pasta.
I quite like that. The Helikon. It's a bit like a bit, mate. You know, I've always wanted a small parachute. Yeah, small parachute. Dad won't know about that.
I did see it.
An Amazon purchase or something like that. It wasn't mega expensive because I bought it. As you see here, this is, it all plugs down into there. There's nothing spectacular about that. It's got tie-off points here, so obviously you wouldn't have the cords on the bottom, but it makes an improvised waterproof poncho. Yeah, it's meant to, as far as I can see, it's got like 3 proper uses. Well, 4 if you wanted to use it as a ground sheet. It's sorted out if you've got caught out in the rain and so forth. Probably doesn't look too brilliant, but I don't care about things like that. Obviously, if you've got a ridge line up, it's a lean-to shelter, much in the same way you've just done with your beard. And on that, obviously, it's got the sides there, and I've got it set up to be a. Yeah, it is, mate. Yeah, it's technically that long, and set up to be a hammock, mate, as well. So it's well, 4 in 1. Wasn't expensive, mate. And I've had it a long time. You know, when you look at the site, you come across it and think, oh, blimey. Yeah, I don't mean forgotten about it, but you just put in with the kit. But it's got a bit of mileage in it, mate, because, you know, if you're only carrying one thing, it's long enough to keep you dry if you needed to get under it. It'll work as a poncho. Probably looks a bit silly, but we don't care about that. And a bang-on hammock, mate, as well. Nice material, all edge. Yeah. Yes, mate. Yeah, there we go. Well, you know, army week, you know, fair enough, mate. But, yeah, so I just thought I'd bring that out for an airing today.
And he's just sitting watching. He was pretty good. He just sat there.
Oh no, he's watching. No,
yeah, I know. He looked like, you know, he was just sitting there. He was like waiting and waiting and waiting. Yeah, no. And then I knew I wasn't going to eat all that, so I used to try and eat really quietly.
Say anything you want, you like that. You really over when it was just me and Jeff. Yeah.
Quid, I think. Probably 40 or 50 quid, ain't it?
You just can't get hold of them, mate. And when you do, it's just.
Yeah. Because I replaced the zip on it.
Huh?
Right, I replaced the zip. A decent zip.
That is the stuff that they give their regular soldiers.
Yeah.
No, like, not just the conscripts and that. Your bits are superior, obviously, because they're David Frost. Yeah, they're so I've got some little tie-outs in there.
Sometimes I take the wide back K-tips, but they're not always the best. You know? Yeah, but he could add that one to the ground, that side. Yeah. His side up against a stick or that tree there.
Yeah. And Bosch collecting water off it and all that type of stuff, mate, you know, because this is going to be a thing you're going to have and you're going to want when, you know, you're in a great situation. I don't do all that get out of dodge stuff and that. No. But this, again, could be used on its own.
They go down to that, they said that.
Yeah,
them
two go right down.
Look at me, right, I've got a bit of a swagger going on at the moment because Max asked me to trial it out for him. I'm out with Barney the weekend, we're just doing a little overnighter. Supposed to have weather's not supposed to be too great the weekend, whether it is or it isn't doesn't matter. But Max asked me if I would do a little trial on his little design that he's come up with this shelter. I mean, it's not nothing new, you know, he hasn't sort of plucked it from the ether or anything like that. He's come up with his own little ideas as Mac likes to do. And he's asked me just to do a little, just try it out in some different configurations and see what it's like. So I've sort of got a bit of a swagger on at the moment because I'm sort of, you know, it's quite a nice lightweight material that he's picked up. Almost reminds me of the Cuban fibre stuff a tiny bit, doesn't it?
Say again, mate?
Almost reminds you of that Cuban fibre material, you know, that Cuban fibre.
It's lovely, mate. I'd say it's about 3 ounce. It's probably ripstop, mate. Strong, waterproof.
Yeah.
And I must admit, well,
you've got all the birds in that one.
There's a bird in it. Yeah, there's a bird in it. I accused them of being all wacky-backy until I went, there's a proper bird in there, mate. But it's a bit of a funky camouflage. But again, if you want to go hidden, you know, you're right in the thicket, you know, you're going to set up, mate, clear a little space and get in there and get down low.
Yeah. So I've been given the privilege of trying out a bit of kit.
I think you might have just taken a shine to it, mate, as well, haven't you?
I do kind of like, yeah, I do.
And that's as good as it gets for me. It's very hard to please, mate.
So this is the two-part. This is the shelter that Mac's given me. So you saw it all set up, and this is basically kind of it folded up, if you like, flat at the moment. Let's turn the camera around because I'm probably in the sun now. So yeah, so there it is. You know, I mean, that'd go in a pocket, no worries, wouldn't it? But I've got the privilege of testing it out when I'm out the weekend. So stay tuned for that video if you're interested. So there's the Helikon Tex Poncho, and there's the two shelters of Max. So it kind of gives you an idea on the material. It does pack down quite well. So as I say, I'll be taking this one out with me the weekend and trialling it out for Mac just to see how it works. Try it out maybe in some different configurations. Alright, thanks chaps.
Nice one, Des.
And you, mate.
It's been good to see you.
Cheers. Cheers, Mac.
No worries, mate. No worries. Take care, sir.
No worries. Cheers, folks. Right, so that's it. Packing up, going home. See you on the next video. Take care, folks. Have a good one.